What is good, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the 28th NBA slates. It's currently 27th at 10:22 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, things are hectic tonight, and I'm not going to look at what's going on right now. I'm kind of scared too, because I kind of, might have accidentally peeked at it, and man, the last time I saw, all of the favorites were struggling. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. The records will be updated. Well, there's only 6 games today, and let's start off with the 3 p.m. Spurs versus Bucks. Now, Spurs is going to have everybody available, which is kind of scary. Now, Bucks, without Giannis, Bobby Portis questionable, Miles Turner questionable, Kyle Kuzma questionable, and Kevin Porter Jr. out, Gary Harris questionable. Now, these two teams are a day and night difference, all right? Spurs are so great. They're probably contenders, honestly. I think they're one of the greatest teams right now out there if Wemby's healthy and the people around him is healthy. On the other hand, the Bucks are struggling so bad this season. They're 2-8 last 10. The Spurs are 9-1 last 10. With the spread, the Spurs are 31-2 and the Bucks are 31-40. And on top of that, the last 10, the Bucks are struggling covering the spread, 3-7 last 10. The Spurs are 6-4. Now, these two teams have faced each other once already on January 15th at the Spurs Stadium, and the Spurs won by 18 points. Now, at the moment, Spurs are favored by 18.5, and guys, I think the Spurs can easily cover this. But be cautious, okay? Spreads are there because it's a 50-50. But in this 50-50, I'm willing to take the risk, and I'm willing to say that Spurs are going to win by 18.5. That is my pick. I mean, offensively, they're generating 9 points per game more. Defensively, they're giving up 5 points per game less. And on top of that, they're better at shooting the free throws, and they're better in general in every aspect. In the paint, behind the three, everything like that. I'm picking the Spurs to win comfortably at the Bucks Stadium. Now, the next game we're going to talk about is Pistons versus Timberwolves. It's going to start at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, Pistons have a lot of people questionable. Jalen Duren, Thompson, Robinson, Harris, all questionable. Cade is still going to be out with lung, and Isaiah Stewart is out with calf. On the other side, Anthony Edwards will be out. Jaden McDaniels will be out. And when we look at the last 10, the Pistons, even without Cade, have been doing very good. They're 8-2 last 10. And the Timberwolves are 5-5. Spread-wise, Timberwolves are 7-3 last 10. And honestly, spread-wise, Timberwolves have the edge in the season. Sorry, not Timberwolves. The Pistons have an edge in this season by a little bit. They are 38-34-1, whereas the Timberwolves are 33-40-0. Sorry, guys. Now, when we look at the defense, the Pistons are much better. They give up 5 points per game less. Offensively, they're about the same. And honestly, guys, I mean, it's a hard decision, right? I mean, it's hard to pick a side right now because Timberwolves, they just beat the Celtics and the Rockets, and that was without Anthony Edwards. So is the Timberwolves getting lucky, or are they actually that good even without Anthony Edwards? Well, guess what? I'm going to pick... This is going to be a hard one because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people questionable, but... let me think really quick. Let's think together, guys. I mean, defensively, Pistons are better, but... guys, I'm going to pick the Pistons to win this game. I'm still going to. I mean, I don't think all those 4 players that are questionable will be out. And on top of that, when we talk about bench-wise, I think the Pistons bench is more consistent. So I'm going to pick the Pistons to cover that plus 1.5 spread at the Timberwolves Stadium. The next game we're going to talk about is the 76ers versus the Hornets. Now, Tyrese Maxey, when we look at the lineup for 76ers, right? Everyone is starting to get healthy again. Tyrese Maxey questionable with finger. Embiid is set to be playing tomorrow. Kelly Oubre is questionable. Paul George is available. On the other side, the Hornets, everyone's going to be available as well. These two teams have faced each other twice. The first game, the Phillies won by 4 points not Phillies, I'm just going to say 76ers. It's kind of weird. They won by 4 points at home. Now, the next time, the Hornets blew them out. Now, when we look at the last 10, the Phillies have been improving. They are 6-4 last 10. The Hornets are 7-3. And honestly, guys, I'm going to pick Phillies to cover that plus 5.5. Now, I get it. Maxey is questionable right now. Oubre is questionable. But if they both play, there's a chance. And even if they don't, you got people like Joel Embiid. You got people like VJ. You have Paul George back. Drew Mentu. I'm going to pick the plus 5.5 with the 76ers. And I'm not trying to hate on the Hornets. Big respect to Hornets. Trust me. I respect them. But I'm still not going to forget the team they were last year. And I get it. This year is a new year. But, I mean, honestly, they only had one new player. I mean, yeah, Kobe White just came on the team. But besides that, Khan is the one that's making the difference in this team. And I think that their true colors will show as playoffs are around the corner. I'm taking the 76ers to cover that plus 5.5 at the Hornets Stadium. The next game we're going to talk about is the Hawks versus the Kings. And tonight, I did predict that the Hawks would lose against the Celtics. The Celtics won the game. The Hawks didn't cover the spread, but that was something I didn't pick because, I don't want to force it. I like the Hawks. But tomorrow, the Hawks are favored by 15.5. And honestly, I think the Hawks will cover that at home. They're 7-3 last 10 covering the spread. They're 41-33 in the season. They're 8-2 last 10 straight up on the money line. They already beat the Kings by 33 points at the Kings Stadium. Defensively, they give up 5 points per game less, and offensively, they're scoring 8 points per game more. The Kings will have DeMar DeRozan in this game. Now, Zach LaVine will be out, Hunter will be out, Russell Westbrook out, Keegan, Sabonis, all of them. They're going to be all out. Now, on the other hand, the Hawks are going to have, as of right now, Jock, Lindale, questionable, and besides that, everyone is available. I've been saying it all year round. I trust the Hawks team. I trust the Hawks team. Now, I am a realistic person. Tonight, even though I love the Hawks, I'm not going to pick them over the Celtics, but with due respect to the Hawks, I didn't pick the spread on the Celtics, even though the Celtics covered. The reason why I didn't pick the Hawks is because Celtics are my contender team, the team that I think will win the NBA Finals. So I picked the Celtics to win. Now tomorrow night against the Kings are dog shit this year. I think the Hawks cover the spread at home. Currently, the spread is 15.5, and I think the Hawks cover it. The next game I'm going to talk about is the Bulls versus the Grizzlies. Now tonight, let's talk about this. The Bulls tonight was beating OKC. Tonight as in the 27th. But guess what? They gave up the lead. What does it show? They can't hold the lead. Now they're going to be going to the Grizzlies Stadium. And the Grizzlies have been struggling this season, right? The Grizzlies are 1-9 last 10. The Bulls are 3-7 last 10. These two teams have faced each other once on March 16th. And the Grizzlies got taken behind the woodshed by the Bulls, and the Bulls won. Now, in this situation, it's going to be a weird pick. Currently, at the moment, Chicago Bulls are favored by 3.5, and I think they are rightfully favorite. I am going to pick the favorite in this situation because you got Colin Sexton back, you got Josh Giddey, you got Matas Buzelis on the team too, and on top of that, I feel like the Bulls, as long as they can hold on to a lead, I think they can win, obviously, right? Yeah, if you can hold on to a lead. But the thing is, the Bulls have been giving me like that, okay, we're doing better type of vibe. On the other hand, the Grizzlies, I mean, this is just not it for them. This is not the season for them, but they can always do better next year. I'm picking the Bulls to cover the spread. Actually, take that back. I'm taking the Bulls to win. I don't feel comfortable covering the spread. I'm not going to pick that. I just don't feel comfortable. Bulls to win is my pick. The last game of the day is the Phoenix Suns versus the Utah Jazz. Now, the Utah Jazz will have everyone besides Dylan Brooks, Coffey, and Mark Williams. Now, when we look at the spread, the Suns are profitable this season, 44-27-2. Now, the last 10, they're 7-3. On the other hand, the Jazz are 37-36 all season and 3-7 last 10. Now, these two teams have faced each other twice this season, and the first time the Jazz somehow beat the Suns by 4 points. But the second time, the Suns blew them out at home. And right now, it's 16.5, and I'm going to pick the Suns to cover that big spread, 16.5. I mean, look at the Jazz team. Keontae George out, Laurie out, Jaren Jackson out, Collier out, Nurkic out, Walker Kessler out. I mean, the only like straight up good players they have right now is Kyle Filipowski. He's a good player. I get it. Ace Bailey has been going crazy. Bryce has been going crazy. But that's not because they're good, but that's because there's no other option, okay? I'm not trying to hate on Ace Bailey. I'm not trying to hate on this Bryce Sinabout guy. But it's just that if everyone was available on the Jazz, these two players would be on the bench. Realistically, let's be honest. I think the Suns blow them out. I think the Suns are just much better. Defensively, the Suns are giving up 14 points per game less than the Jazz. And the reason why the Jazz are generating more points per game is because all they do is chuck up threes and hope it goes in. Hopefully it's not one of those nights where the Jazz gets the magnetic ball in their hand, right? But we're going to pick the Suns to cover the spread at home. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check my MLB picks for this Saturday as well. Have a blessed weekend.